This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
You got it? You figured it out? Holy crap, you figured it out.
No, I had to go on my home laptop. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We got you. We got you, bro. We got you. You're in a Verizon commercial too now.
Well, yeah, except the problem is we're getting stuff done around the house. So there might be some noise. That's why I was trying to do it on the phone. So
okay, not a problem.
Okay.
All right. Life is complete now. We get the Expos hat, so it's all good. By the way, are these idiots really going to get to the table finally and settle this thing? Do they realize that they're like so low on the totem pole? Baseball, because I like you and me are probably one of the few idiots that actually want baseball back. So I'm just saying, what do you think happens, bro? When do they figure it out?
Oh no, I think you're one of the few idiots. I honestly,
you don't care anymore.
No. My care level in terms of baseball has long ago disappeared.
Okay. I don't know if you have any volume on anything, your phone or something. Turn it down.
I do, and I'm trying to shut it off, and it's
okay.
I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, here we go. I'm a complete mess.
You're fuddling around all over the place. All right, so let's start off. Yesterday, you got to meet some of the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the bombshell dropped. And I can't wait to talk to Omar because Omar was frustrated. He goes, man, I was lied to the whole year about Boyer, and it was Alexander. And, well, then Boyer came out and said, hey, yo. I made all the calls, dude. Okay?
Yeah.
I made all the calls here. So all that crap floating around, that ain't anything. So I can't wait to talk to Omar because now he believed the lie, and he was actually told the truth initially. So where were you on all this stuff, and what was your reaction when Boyer dropped the hammer and said, yo, I made the calls?
Well, it was interesting that how definitive he was about it. And the thing with play calling and all that is everything, again, here's the buzzword we keep hearing is collaborative. And as Boyer explained, it's like you get to the game, it's basically everything's been preset for practically every situation, and everything is done collaboratively. And he mentioned with Flores being a defensive coach, he absolutely was involved in the meetings on Saturday when they were finalizing the calls and all that. So, again, I'm not sure it was quite the bombshell that you seem to think it is, but it's.
Well, no, but I mean, for the people that kept thinking it was Gerald Alexander, right? I mean, that was the word, right? Correct. So it does become kind of a bombshell because it goes against everything that was being said or the FUD that was being thrown out, which was, I don't know if you saw that text that was supposedly Gerald Alexander's wife or something to another wife and saying, oh, my husband was making all the calls and it wasn't Boyer, this and that. So maybe that was also a fake text that people were throwing around, but it was kind of adding fuel to that rumored story.
Well, beyond that, she put out tweets kind of half suggesting that her husband was the one involved in the play calling in the second half of the season when things turned around. And then a week or so after that, then her tweets became protected. So it's not out there for everybody to see, because I saw them with my own eyes and it was like, oh.
Okay, so then she's a liar. She's an uninformed liar then, I guess. Right?
I don't know. I mean,
that's what Josh Boyer says.
Well, correct.
Okay, I'm just saying she's an uninformed liar, according to Josh Boyer.
According to Josh Boyer, yes.
Okay, I'm just saying that's well, we'll see if she wants to unprotect her tweets and now come out and I doubt it if she'll come clean and say I didn't have the right information, or will she come back and challenge all of this? By the way, did Gerald Alexander get a job somewhere?
Not yet. Charles Burks did, but not Gerald Alexander as of yet.
Yeah, no, Burks wasn't involved in that controversy.
No, correct.
It's not a good thing if your wife is, we kind of know something about these things when the wives are running their mouths for the players or the coaches. That not be a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing. Absolutely not. The other point that needs to be made regarding Gerald Alexander, and he was very local in his support of Flores after the lawsuit was filed. And whether that played any kind of role in his departure from the Dolphins and his not landing another job in the NFL, that's not for me to say. All I can say is he put out a couple of tweets very strongly in support of Flores after his firing, after the lawsuit was filed.
One more thing on strong statements. Boyer made one, and then the Dolphins made one 2 days ago after the Flores latest accusation on the NDA. And I gotta say, I don't know if you look at it the same way, but that statement the Dolphins made, that's the kind of statement you make that you're like, sure, there's nothing out there that can hurt you.
Yeah, but then Flores' lawyers come back with what they say is a copy of the separation agreement, so to speak, which basically does say you're not going to involve and engage and be associated in any way, shape, or form with any kind of potential lawsuit. And you also will not say anything disparaging about the Dolphins. So basically, and the Dolphins statement was hold on. The statement by the Dolphins. I'm sorry?
That's not a rebuttal to the statement by the Dolphins.
The Dolphins statement was that Stephen Ross did not in any way, shape, or form require Brian Flores to sign a DNA, and they're saying here's your sorry, NDA, not DNA, your NDA, and then having biology flashbacks here, and then the lawyers are saying, well, yeah, he was made to sign an NDA to get paid, so.
No, I get that, but it wasn't just because they show you that doesn't mean that it was Stephen Ross that did it. You know what I mean? That's
well, it's the organization. I mean, it's Stephen Ross is the owner of the organization.
Protocol. That's standard protocol, dude.
Correct.
I mean, that's that. Well, people are making this sound like this is something weird. This happens in all walks of life.
Yeah, no, correct.
I've signed those myself when you walk out, dude.
Yeah, no, correct.
You know, I signed one where in this last place with Onside that they didn't want me to take any employees from them or whatever, because obviously I told them that I was going to, you know, continue to build what I was trying to do there, and obviously I'm doing it. But it was just one of those where, no, dude, I don't need anything that you guys have. You didn't provide me anything. What the hell do I need from you anyways?
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? So I had to sign one of those like, yeah, dude, you have no secrets I need, dude. I don't need anything from you, you know, but I had to sign one too, like to agree not to hire any of their people, this and that. Not that I would ever want any of their people, you know, but it's just, I had to do that. That's the part that I laugh about this. It almost sounds like there's so many people in this world that have never worked in a job like that they don't realize that those NDAs are normal. But the point is, it wasn't Ross that made him sign it or asked him to sign it. That's something that every team makes every employee sign at the end of their termination.
No, correct. Yeah, way too much is being made out of this. Yes. I don't think there's a question about that. To me, the whole thing with the Dolphins is and that lawsuit is strictly the allegations that he was offered money to lose.
They threw that in there in the statement, is what I'm saying. The Dolphins threw in there that everything categorically has been a lie and defamatory. So, my brother, when you say that, I think when you say what the Dolphins said 2 days ago, that's my question to you. If you read those words are like, this guy has nothing on us, and we know it. That's what it said to me.
No, I'll reread it, but as I recall, no, I don't recall that statement addressing anything other than the talk about the NDAs. It didn't. I don't recall that referring to the allegation of the payment for losses.
I will read it exactly for you in hopefully a couple seconds if this thing can pop up, and the story too. Let's see. Damn it. I can't believe this thing. It's just like right when you need it, it's not happening.
I can check as well.
You can do it also. By the way, why don't you entertain Alain with my before and after pictures?
Okay, here we go. Hold on, I can read it right now. I have it up.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You have it up? That's a little too much information right now.
This latest assertion by Brian Flores that Steve Ross mentioned an NDA to him is categorically false. This just did not happen, and we simply cannot understand why Brian continues this pattern of making unfounded statements that he knows are untrue. Okay? We are fully cooperating with the NFL investigation. Look forward to all of the facts coming out, which we are confident will prove that his claims are false and defamatory. Okay. Does not specifically talk about the offer.
They're talking about all his general claims.
Correct. You can infer that it's included in that statement.
Right. He said the way they're saying is how he continues. So it's like
continue to lie. But time out. They're saying he continues to lie, which may or may not necessarily equate everything he has said is a lie. Can we agree on that?
No, yes, you are correct. But remember, they denied it the first time too when he made.
Of course they did, and of course they will.
And they categorically denied it. So that's why I'm saying that I get the feeling they have their ducks in a row here or something, bro. Because the cockiness that they're coming back with, that's the kind of cockiness that you ain't got nothing on me, dog. We everybody that was maybe might have heard or whatever is going to go against you anyway or something. You know what I mean? It just,
do they have any other choice though? I mean.
No.
That's the thing. I mean, they need to, let me borrow from a movie, they need to strenuously object.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The question is, how many Greg Andersons are in that group? You know what I'm saying? Because that dude fell on the sword for Barry Bonds. So Garfield,
I was referring to A Few Good Men, but okay.
I know you were referring to A Few Good Men.
Okay.
But that's fictional. I'm going with reality, where Greg Anderson, dude, he was a friend. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sure Barry took care of him behind the scenes somehow. I don't know what he sent him. Maybe he sent him Bitcoin since nobody can trace it and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he did it through Monero, since that's secretive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's because think about this. If he even said it in passing in front of other people, and those people now have to deny it, they're going to have to deny it under oath.
Of course.
Damn, dude. I don't know. That's a really uncomfortable situation there, dude.
No, correct. And yeah, no question about it. And then if the question now is exactly how many people does Flores have to back up his assertion? We know of one. And it's been reported that he's the guy who's been his right-hand man for a while and is a longtime associate, which if it's just him and Flores' word against Stephen Ross's word, I'm not sure that's going to, prove anything.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right. Darrell Bevell, your thoughts on his, I know that you're kind of off the Tua bandwagon, but you guys asked him about Tua and all that, and he kind of talked about the positives and how to build around him and all that kind of stuff. Your impressions on, I guess Tua finally has a real quarterbacks coach.
Well, he's got one with a ton of NFL experience. I mean, Charlie Frizzell is a former NFL quarterback, so even though he had no NFL coaching experience.
That's a difference.
But also, again, he was a former NFL quarterback who could relate to Tua and all that. No, Bevell said all the right things. I mean, and including, before I judge his arm strength, let me see him live throw the ball and see how it comes out.
I like that.
I like that too as well. And then he says you see things on film, and again, totally accurate. And then he says we're going to play to his strengths. Obviously, everything makes sense. I'm here to tell you though that if anybody out there is thinking that the Dolphins didn't do a good job last year of maximizing what Tua was doing well with the way the offensive line was, with the way the wide receiving core was, I think you're off the mark. I think the Dolphin coaching staff, for all of its faults on the offensive side last year, did a very good job in the second half of the season of doing what they needed to do to get the most out of Tua in that offense. And my guess is, with some tweaks and some improvements in certain areas, starting with the running game, it's not going to look a whole lot different with this new staff, which by all accounts is more qualified, for lack of a better term. If you're expecting the Packers offense all of a sudden, or the Buccaneers offense all of a sudden, I think you're crazy. To me, it's going to look a lot like it did last year, at the end of last year, when they had some success on offense, except again, the hope is that the running game's better, and then maybe some improvements on offense in terms of maybe a little bit more downfield passing. Not that I don't think I would expect that there'll ever be a ton.
No, I'm with you. And I was going to tell you, but then when you said second half, then I said, okay, that was the caveat that put it over the top. Because the first half, I'm like thinking, well, you kept Austin Jackson in there a little too long at left tackle. That did not help out the offense overall. There are things that I can pick on a little bit. The Tennessee game, I think they should have run the ball a little bit more there because Duke did have some success and they didn't really commit to it, which I thought that was an issue.
Yeah, that game was a disaster from start to finish, and to me, there's no way to couch it. That's one that Tua has to completely erase and make up for at some point. If he wants to build the confidence and stamp himself as the guy.
Oh no, yeah, obviously. I mean, listen, but everybody has terrible games. You know what I mean? And there again, I think your point super strong. You're right because in the end, you can only do so much with the limitations you had with your offensive line coach and overall with that offensive line. And so that in itself really was going to stump anything that you were going to do. You were never going to grow as an offense with the way that those five guys were being coached or how they were or how they were playing.
No, and this is why we've talked all along of more important than anything else, more important than personnel decision. The biggest thing this offseason is getting these guys coached up without even a shadow of a doubt. And the other thing about going back to Tua real quickly is you mentioned it was only one game. The only problem is it was the money game, just like Buffalo the year before the money. And I'm here to tell you, by the way, just to show you that I'm not this complete Tua hater that everybody thinks. I didn't think Tua was nearly as bad against Buffalo in the 2020 season finale as a lot of people did. Because there were a lot of drop passes that day. The entire offense was horrible, but Tua did not have a good game. And that was the money game. And then Tennessee was the money game last year. So he's got to have a big performance in a money game.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. But he's not the guy that's going to carry a shit team over a good team.
Correct.
Okay?
No, correct.
That you need, performances of a lifetime from very few quarterbacks. You're going to need a Russell Wilson and you're going to need, just some magical performance to overcome those kind of guys. And normally with that kind of coaching and that kind of team, more often than not, you should lose to Tennessee and you should lose to Buffalo because you're not good enough as a team. Why the hell would your quarterback be the difference maker in the end? You know what I'm saying? So for Tua to overcome those situations, the team needs to be better also, so he has an even level playing field playing up against them. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's completely fair. And my point all along has been, as I've repeated, is the better the quarterback, the more margin for error you have. I've been very consistent with that.
Oh, there's no doubt. But we have to find the balance, my brother. We can't go Marino.
No,
and we can't go Tua. But you got to find the happy medium.
I completely agree with you.
But we got to get off the hard on that we need the 6'5" strapper. We need the 6'5" strapper that's 5 times over in front of the line. Give me 5 hogs because Bob Greasy is the winningest quarterback ever, and he had half the talent of Marino, but he had triple the line of Marino.
You're also talking 50 years ago, and the NFL has changed. There's more emphasis on the quarterback now than there has ever been. So we can't equate.
So what's Tampa's line and Miami's line, my brother? Really?
Tampa's line obviously is much better.
Line and Miami's line.
Correct.
Come on, bro.
Dude, I'm not arguing with you.
Line. Give me Tennessee's line.
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay, but let's not go to the one extreme. Let's find the happy medium. Let's not make it all on Tua. Let's find the damn line. Let's get the running game. Let's get the coaching going, and then you measure Tua. You know what I'm saying? But if we're all going to measure, okay, so the Dolphins will be a shit team every year. Let's go find a great quarterback just to give us some entertainment, some stats, and get his ass kicked in the playoffs. Great. I've been there and done that. That's not what I want.
No, but the idea
what anybody wants.
Okay, now I understand, but the idea of getting that elite top tier quarterback is that guy can elevate the rest of the team. That's part of this. And for the
I got you, but how many great quarterbacks have elevated shitty teams to a title? None.
Shitty teams?
None.
No. But how many shitty quarterbacks have won Super Bowl titles? Very few.
Well, Peyton Manning was a shitty quarterback.
When he won with Denver, yes. But I said very few.
Trent Dilfer, mediocre quarterback.
Yes.
Nick Foles, mediocre quarterback. You can win with a mediocre quarterback. That's what I'm saying. Let's get I think Tua is better than all those guys, but let's find more of the other side of it so we don't put the weight of the world on whoever is the quarterback is my point.
That's fair.
All.
That's fair. That's
all.
fair.
All right, what are you working on Sports Illustrated, my brother, so folks can check you out?
Well, I don't want to give away all my trade secrets. I'm going to do something. I did something last night on the takeaways from that hour-long session with the assistant coach, and I'm going to do something on Sam and Pat and their work and how this came about. Is actually some cool background stuff there. And then I'm going to do something on potential free agent targets with a twist, without revealing too much, and it'll be on alldolphins.com at some point today.
So it'll be Serge with a lemon twist. There you go. Follow him on Twitter.
Serge, very good.
There you go. Poupart NFL, and bookmark his page at Sports Illustrated, baby. Got to get that done right there. Alain, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a fantastic weekend.
You do likewise.
You got it. There you go. The great Alain Poupart.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.